Hey everyone, it's Jason here. Okay, so I have a bit of a story to tell you about what happened last night, and it will also give you some indication why my voice is sounding a bit sort of deeper than it normally is, and it also sounds rather croaky. So this sort of really crazy thing happened. I was basically in this position actually that I'm in now, and I was on a video chat to a friend, right? Who lives quite far from me actually. And essentially, I'd eaten quite a lot by this time. Actually, I'd already had a pasta meal, right, and I had, well, as you've seen by that video I uploaded, I'd had a bowl of chocolate cream. So I was already feeling quite bloated, and the idea was what I think what provoked this was the chocolate cream. And we were reminiscing upon a time that used to happen with us. Would be in a restaurant, and after eating ice cream, uh, as you know, the evening would go along, we'd sort of start joking, and as we would laugh, we would get this sort of pain in our throats, sort of like in the center of our chest and throats, and it only seemed to happen after consuming something like cream-based, like ice cream. It wouldn't happen during the actual meal, but once we've had a pudding, and it happened to both of us, which was really, really strange. It seemed more than a coincidence, so it seemed to be like an actual functional effect of the cream. And well, what goes and happens is he says, well, he makes this joke really. He says, oh, imagine all that time it was sort of like we're on the cusp of having a heart attack, which I thought was hysterical. I thought that was really funny, like the idea that we're just laughing in hysterics, and as we laugh even more and more and more, we get into this sort of vicious cycle where it becomes even more painful, but the very pain of it is sort of invigorating even more laughter. And I'm just finding it really funny. And so jokes like we're laughing, and and the staff are just sort of watching us, and then we end up be falling into a heart attack and then taken out with a stretcher. And to sort of lubricate my vocal cords from all this laughter, I try sipping some water like this. So, and then this is where all hell completely broke loose. This has never happened to me before in my entire life, right? And poor him having to watch this on video chat, it almost provoked the same reaction. The water spills out of my mouth, right? This is not even a lie. The water spills all out of my mouth, it runs all the way down. And then what suddenly emerges, what follows the water, is all this vomit. Like, literally, this sort of like fecal coloured vomit. It was, oh, it was so horrible. And then that all goes all over my. And by the way, I'd only just recently washed all these sheets now. I've had to take the sheets off and sleep without them because they're all just completely and utterly like a volcano of vomit, a vomit volcano, right? And it just all sort of poured out. It just, oh god, and it didn't stop there. As I said, I was still laughing though in the process of this vomit leaking out. You just see it and I think, oh, how bizarre is this? Why is this happening? Am I malfunctioning? And it all just comes out, right? And I'm choking on it and I'm trying to get up, but I'm still laughing, so I can't actually take it. I can't actually inhale air. And so what happens next is even more vomit erupts out and starts to go all over the bed. So I don't have actually the sort of pictures at the moment, but I had to take the sheets off, and I'd only just washed them, and I'm still choking on it, and I'm trying to make a break for the toilet, and I've got my headphones on, so I can still hear him, and he's just in utter shock at this, like he's sort of this ambivalence between laughing and crying, really doesn't know which way to go. And I can still hear him on the headphones, and that's sort of the idea of that is still provoking even more laughter in me. And as I'm vomiting, I'm laughing the vomit out. It's just projecting into the toilet, right? All this pasta, and I don't know. I don't. It was almost like it's like I don't even chew my food because there's so much whole food that was still there, like whole sort of kidney beans and all that sort of stuff. Really, it was sort of really as though um I just swallow without chewing. I have to get better at chewing because some of the food pieces, like large pieces of pasta and like a bell pepper, were just sort of sitting there, and it was so disgusting as well. I just felt so utterly defeated. It absolutely stank. It stank horribly. I don't know if I can include a picture in this particular video. I might have to just leave a link in the description to somewhere where you can actually see the evidence for this. Because as I say, I'm not lying. This is so bloody true. Um, and yeah, it was just awful, absolutely horrific. So anyway, what then I had to do, I just had to take all the sheets off. And this is at 1 o'clock in the morning. What I'm doing on video chat 1 in the morning, I don't know. But yeah, this is at 1 in the morning of night. So it couldn't have happened at a worse time in the day because I had to actually go to sleep. And I'm having to take all these sheets off, right? My throat is absolutely burning me in the process. It was almost like I had acid. I just had it completely aligned with acid. Oh God, it was so painful. I had to almost like I've had to sleep with some Gaviston next to me. This was a full bottle. It's almost all it's half of it's gone. I've been down in that all night, right? It was just so antagonizing the pain, um, and yeah, it was just horrendous, really. I couldn't really even drink cold water. It was just too much for me. The room, I had to just spray a whole canister of Dettol, strawberry Dettol all over the room. And it was just really annoying because, as I said, all my sheets had just been washed and I'd washed them with like strawberry Lenore and I was looking forward to sleeping in them tonight, or last night. And that had gone ahead and happened. It was the worst thing ever. I just can't believe it. Um, Maybe I've got some sort of medical problem. Somebody watching might be able to advise me on. It's not normal, is it? Maybe I've got a mental problem to be looked into more than a physical one because I don't know who laughs at that sort of thing, actually. I don't know. I think what really aggravated it really was just me laughing because if I wasn't laughing, I could have controlled my breathing more and stayed clear of further vomit, but because I was laughing, it provoked even more and more until my whole stomach was empty. It was like bile, and it just seeped all the way down. I like normally put like layers upon layers of sheets on my quilts, duvets, and yeah, it just seeped all the way through. Um, so that's the sort of story I had to tell you, really. If I do leave a link to the evidence, you'll find that in the description below. Anyway, if you like this little story, you can share, like, comment, and subscribe. Until then, that's me, Jason Kelly. Bye.